You know, it's the business crunch time of the season when the European knockouts start. Round of 16, first leg against Leverkusen to kick us off today. We've then got a couple of games in the Premier League that will more than likely sim, and then play City and play Brentford at the end of the episode before then heading into the second leg against Leverkusen in the next episode. Oh, so if we have a great first great first leg, we might be able to sim that one and then play whatever comes next, which hopefully will be the next round of the FA Cup. But with Manchester City in the next round, I really don't know if that's going to happen. Enzo Fernandez has a bruised elbow, so he's a bit sensitive at the minute, and he's not going to be able to play this game against Leverkusen because everybody knows a bruised elbow stops you playing football. Sus. So thank you to those of you on the whiteboard. The whiteboard? It's definitely not a whiteboard, is it, Ches? On the LED board behind me for your continued support in the comment section. I appreciate it very much. For saying thank you to Nkunku season today, to Dembele and to Lipanino as well. Thank you very much, all three of you, for your continued support on the content. Oh, hello, Darwin Nunez up top for Bayer Leverkusen. Boniface and Santiago Jimenez also in that front three. Griffo, Wirtz, Xhaka and Frimpong with Popov, Konate, Alvarez and Raya. A lot of changes to that Leverkusen side. Lots of improvements to that team. That's a very good 11, actually, to be fair. They have DJ Dales, the Patreon player as well, but he's not in their squad for this first leg. But as Benny says in Twitch chat, that is a naughty little team. That's not bad at all, is it? This is actually going to be a bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be before I saw their 11. We'll go and raise morale a little bit if we can, and hopefully we can raise a good first leg scoreline as well. Drop the video a like if you're continually enjoying the content. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you won't miss out on any more of it moving forward. Frimpong battering his way through my defensive line at the minute and sprinting around everybody too. Florian Wirtz, Jimenez, that's a very important block by the defender. Now, could quite easily have been 1-0 to the visiting side there. Oh, I did see Boniface arriving. Bloody hell, that was close. In nicely to Sterling, who stepped in ahead of the defender. And now here comes Reece James again. If Osimhen can get himself in the middle, which he has done, can we find him? No, Konate does very well. What? Darwin wasn't fouled there, but by stumbling in such a fashion, it put Conor Gallagher off, and I couldn't actually get the ball under control. Darwin's pass then is poor there, and Musiala will find Sterling. And I'll look for Osimhen through any sort of gap I can find. Stumbles a little bit again. He likes sticking a little cheeky toe in, don't they, these Leverkusen players? That had the keeper worried from Osimhen, but it was, I think, always travelling high and wide. It was worth a go, though, from Reigns, considering I haven't got very close to goal at all so far. But still, it's 0-0 here. Made a mistake there by running straight into the man. Osimhen's been contributing in every single game that he's played so far, or almost every single game that he's played so far. I have to say that now, after the last episode, where we got a 1-0 defeat to Liverpool and to Arsenal. And he certainly hasn't contributed a goal or an assist in a game where we haven't scored, has he? We're an hour in here, and neither side has scored in this fixture. So I think any chance I had, or hope I had, of maybe being able to sim the second leg after a comfortable first leg lead is gone well out the window. Leverkusen have been the better side, and not only am I not really in a position to consider simming the second leg, I'm also not in a position to consider really being anywhere near any sort of comfortable result, even after two legs combined. In a minute, we may well be going to extra time or pens, or potentially even out of the Champions League. The main aim for this season is to win this competition, but at the moment, Bayer Leverkusen are the better side and causing me all sorts of problems in this game. And Nkunku needs to make me a good run here. He's picked up a knock, apparently, but he's able to continue. Looking for Osimhen, can't find him, and still with 20 minutes to go, it's 0-0 here. Yep, still 0-0. Neither side can score. Frimpong's a bit quick. Conor Gallagher's trying to catch him, can't. Jimenez, Diogo Costa with the save. Quite a camera save there, I think. I don't think it was really that dangerous with a chance of going in. That header, on the other hand, was very dangerous with a chance of going in. Diogo had to leap away to get to that. The man on the post probably would have had it covered. But I do say probably, with it being FC. He might have done that little stumble forward animation when they try and head it on the line. It just goes straight bloody past him. Look for Conor Gallagher here. A good toe in by Granit Xhaka. Still, it's 0-0. It's been one of the most entertaining, action-packed 0-0s I've played in a while. Whether that action actually translates translates into a YouTube video, I'm not sure. But it's been pretty non-stop, this fixture, which is another reason why you guys should really come across and join me on stream as well and watch it all played out live and see all the behind the scenes, because this has been a ridiculously fun game to play that might not actually have that many YouTube highlights in it. Barrett Shelley, Musiala's on the run, now playing slightly further forward with Nkunku coming off injured. And Musiala could maybe help us win the game at the death. Osimhen around the corner. Osimhen! Right with a save. Musi's up. It's not going to get there. And that's going to be 0-0. It's 92 minutes of both sides trying everything they can to score and neither actually being able to do it, unfortunately. So we'll take a 0-0 scoreline to Leverkusen, and on the night in Germany in the second leg, it will be winner takes all. Brighton line up with their new striker, a certain Tammy Abraham up top for them in this one. March and Asane on the wings with Undav, Mode and Kakare, the three sat behind Tammy centrally. Rico, Henry and Tarek Lamptey at fullback with Romagnoli and Igor at centre-backs with Rushworth continually in goal for them. Some options on the bench are half decent, but I hesitate to say we should have a much stronger team put out. I am going to have to rotate a bit though because of the nature of the fixture list at the moment, as you can quite clearly see. But Enzo's back fit again, which is good news. Gallagher can go in, put Ridler-Baku in ahead of Reece James, and Noni in for Raheem Sterling. And that, I think, is probably as much as I'm going to do or as much as I'm willing to risk. Let's see if we can get a win then against Brighton, please. Chile, 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 play the ball. Surely, with this amount of blue shirts forward, surely we score the goal. Honestly, Rushworth needs drug testing because he's been a monster in this first half. How has Osimhen not buried that, though, in all honesty? He's got to turn that home. Rushworth continues to keep us out. But I didn't bring Victor Osimhen in to miss chances like that. Oh my lord, Noni Madueke, side netting only. We can't score today against Leverkusen or Brighton. It just won't go in. Whether it's off target or the keeper's making a good stop, the ball does not want to cross that line. Now watch Victor Osimhen run in behind and slam it in the bottom corner. There you go! Chelsea 1, Brighton 0! We were, albeit we're not in that position anymore, but we were joint second with Manchester City not too long ago, purely because our goal difference was like plus 11 and theirs was 17. And it's only gotten worse since then with a couple of defeats in the Premier League. And it's not going to get much better with a 1-0 win here. That only nullifies one of the two 1-0 defeats that we got in the last episode against Liverpool and Arsenal. Lamptey into Mahmoud Dahoud. And Brighton had seemed rather determined here to try and get themselves a point from this. And it would be rather fitting if it was Tammy Abraham to get it. But it isn't. And a counter-attack is on here. Broja's going to take it all on himself. Armando Broja off the bench could have the desired impact once more. Has taken his time in getting there. Ran out of puff by the end of the run. And Brighton will counter with 30 seconds to go. Now time is up. We do get the win in the Premier League. And we'll hope to do so again in a week's time against Everton with a full-strength side. Although I might need to rotate a little bit because of the FA Cup game against Manchester City in the not-too-distant future. Liverpool win again, which means that the gap at the top of the table stays at least 5. But hopefully we can get a win against Everton. And Liverpool can drop points sooner rather than later. Everton's starting lineup. They are 17th in the division. Not great for them at the moment. Mills on the right-hand side is someone I'm unfamiliar with, I believe. Outside of that, it's very familiar looking for this save, Everton's side. So we'll see what we can do against them. It should be a straightforward game. Here's Mudryk. Nice. And Nkunku. I didn't actually need the extra pass. He'd gotten past the defender. Musiala in the box here. Chose the wrong man to try and pick out in the middle. Goals have not been that forthcoming for us of late, have they? Not a massive amount of high-scoring games for us of late. Musiala's in. And Jamal Musiala finally scores his first goal for the club. Swept home really nicely. We lead by 1-0 now at Goodison Park. And just as I'm saying goals haven't been that forthcoming, we go and score one. Lovely. Mykhailo Mudryk down the right-hand side. Arsenal lead Burnley by 2-0. We might be able to say something similar here in a minute. Noni Madueke taking his sweet-ass time. Musiala! You wait so long for a goal, and two arrive at once. Jamal Musiala up and running now in a Chelsea shirt this season. He and we are 2 goals to the good. Goal difference is terrible for us. We could really do with like a 5 or a 6-0 win in as many games as possible remaining this season. If we can add a third here, and that would at least make me feel a little bit better. And we might do, you know. Gonçalves, we have done. That was really nice. Particularly impressive assist as well. I'm not sure it was that actually flicked it to him. It might have been Musiala. Was it Enzo Fernandez? It was Enzo. It wasn't even a... I thought it was a cheeky back heel. It wasn't actually. Good finish though, nonetheless. And we are 3 goals to the good now at Goodison Park. Sorry, Everton. You're standing the chance of getting relegated this season, I think. Send me into the City game in high spirits. To be fair, with a 3-0 win away from home, spirits are pretty high anyway. Shoot, Mikhailo! Is he onside, bro, yet? I've no idea. He's hit the bar. Mudryk. Oh, out, Mudryk! How have you not scored? I think Broya was offside. I'm not sure. How has Mudryk... He's literally got the whole goal and he's like, ego keeps. Christ. If that was onside and he's not scored and it could have been 4, I'm going to be annoyed. City draw with Liverpool. Good. They'll have both dropped points then. That may be us back into 2nd in the league. Potentially. I'm not sure. We certainly couldn't have asked for more from Jamal Musiala today. Very, very good indeed. Best performance from him in a Chelsea shirt so far. And if we could do the same again against Manchester City, I'd be very happy. City. Foden, Bernardo, Haaland. Intriguing. McAtee at cam still. Nunez alongside De Bruyne. Ake and Diaz at the back. Walker and Teo still at fullbacks. Options on the bench are decent. Not sensational in some areas, but certainly decent. City in good form, as you can see, although they didn't win their last one. Although it was against Liverpool, as we saw with a 1-1 draw. So Liverpool beat me and City drew with them, which, if you go by just things on paper, means that City should beat me. I certainly hope they don't. I want to win the FA Cup again if we can, and win it in back-to-back seasons as we go for this treble. But it's not going to be easy. But to be the best, you have to beat the best, as they say. And, well, City are certainly one of the best. So let's go and try and beat them. De Bruyne. McAtee. Where did Joe Lewis go? Nice block by Musiala. He's away. And Victor up against Ruben Diaz has me nervous. Save by Ederson was relatively straightforward, but we had to force him into one. Osimhen's up with a header, forcing Ederson into another save. All right, this is going well enough so far here at Stamford Bridge. Can we maybe squeeze a goal out of it? No, is the answer. Touch. Turn. Pass. Ah! Dead. Oh, is what Erling has left me. 1-0 Manchester City. Poor pass forwards and punished on the counter. Manchester City lead by a 1-0. The through ball probably should have made it through the gap, if I'm honest. Fofana went with the wrong leg there almost to try and get the ball off Haaland, but on his left foot in that situation, he's always odds-on favourite to score, and he does so. And Nkunku's actually spun away very nicely indeed, and he's got the legs on Ake here, and he's just going to run all around the outside of everybody. It's a very tight angle. Can we catch? The keeper out of the near post. I tried to go for near post OP and just slam it right in that top corner. Didn't quite work. Big second half on the cards here for us. We need to get at least one back. Enzo is through that gap. It's a nice ball to him as well. And Osimhen is with me here. Enzo Fernandez going all the way maybe. It's Jamal Musiala arriving in the right place at the right time with the wrong finish. Up we go, please. Osimhen with the right finish. Brilliant header from the big Nigerian, and we are level 6 minutes into the second half, and there's enough time to find more for either side, obviously, but we are the side in the ascendancy right now. Brilliant delivery, but the best thing about it was that header. Top draw, bottom corner, 1-1. High quality dribbling. Kyle Walker looking to just run around me. Is Erling. Fofana's in the way. Don't lose it in a dangerous area, Ches. Lift that looking for man out wide. Sterling's won it well. Teo Hernandez committed. Didn't get there. Nkunku. Jamal Musiala's in the middle. And Nkunku's through that gap, and he's onside here. Christopher Nkunku might just have sent Chelsea to the next round of the FA Cup. Your Ballon d'Or winner, your FA Cup 5th round winner, maybe. Christopher Nkunku. Mateus Nunes. Oh, I can't get there. All we've got to do is hold on. All we've got to do is hold on. Caicedo tries to tackle him, he can't. Enzo Fernandez tries to tackle him, he can't. But Di Sarsi can and does. And Noni with a really sharp turn. Really, I should head for the corner here, but the competitor in me wants to continue to try and get more goals. Caicedo just trying to stretch the play a little. Find the ball to Chile, cut it back inside looking for Enzo. Actually ended up going towards Broja. And there may be time. Just seconds in it, but there may be time for Manchester City here. Mateus Nunes. Oh, Mateus Nunes still. Di Sarsi off the bench to make a couple of vital interceptions. Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. To the next round of the FA Cup we march. And what a turnaround that was after a strong Manchester City start to the game. Fleetwood 3, Arsenal 3 as it goes to extra time there. Oh, but Arsenal win on penalties in the end. Newcastle win on penalties against Brentford as well. It's Plymouth that through to the next round. Crystal Palace beat Leeds. Luton beat Hull. Sheffield United win at Anfield. And Manchester United beat Aston Villa. Oh, I mean, I'd love an easy tie, but I better get Arsenal and Manchester United in the next round. Up next for us in the league is Brentford now. Arsenal away. I just knew we'd get a difficult draw. We could have had Sheffield United. We could have had Plymouth Argyle. But it's Arsenal away. Luton get Plymouth. Newcastle gets Sheffield United, Palace get Man United, and we get Arsenal away. A game that we most recently just bloody lost by a 1-0. Sick, nice one, cheers then. Let's head to Brentford next. We're third in the table, still 3 points off the top as City and Liverpool drew last match day, of course. Brentford on 23 points find themselves in 16th. Bournemouth, Watford and Wolves in the bottom 3. Everton just staying outside the relegation zone as it stands. Brentford then, who are they going to have in their starting lineup? Let's have a quick look. They will have a tired team after the extra time midweek. Jose Sarr, Digne, Tior, Collins and Stevens, Onyeka, Christian Rodriguez, De Silva, Vela, Ferreira, Smith Rowe. Right, let's end the video strong, please. We know what our previous is like against Brentford. Brentford with a side most recently in this save that made us decide to use sliders instead on Legendary because default Legendary was 2 BS. Are the sliders going to work? Can we have a comfortable enough game against an average Brentford side? Sterling will try and squeeze this to Nkunku. It will reach him. And here's Enzo Fernandez of all people, but he's fired wide after 6.5 minutes. We've picked up a couple of good results so far today. If we can build on that City win with a Brentford win, I'll be very happy. Leslie gets a rare start here, but so far he's actually made a good impact. And Nkunku with a lovely turn. And on the overlap here is Ben Chilwell, tucking it back to Christopher Nkunku again. We'll use the defender as the marker to set it outside and try and whip it into the bottom corner. It's a decent attempt, but it's one that's well saved by the former Wolves man, Jose Sarr. And the former Napoli man, Victor Osimhen, can't head that one home. Try and put him under pressure. Can't win the ball cleanly or even win the ball at all, as it happens. Here's Josh De Silva. Emil Smith Rowe dinked in. James will just get rid. Not going to take any risks in that sort of position. Osimhen's going to win that well. We'll switch this to Farhat Shelia. He's going to need that support from Chile. I tried to turn Chilwell's way. Oh, he definitely caught the man there. And Vela's in. Good block, Di Sarsi. I committed very early to get the block in, but it worked well enough in the end. I'll lift this, looking for Osimhen. And not to find him was actually Leslie Ugachukwu. Now here comes Farhat Shelia down the wing with pace and purpose and determination and a good pass. And there's Enzo through the middle. It's not gone to Enzo, it's gone to Osimhen, who still somehow has it. Ugachukwu, I would actually have liked to have taken the free kick in that position. Not to worry. Oh, react to it then, Victor. Bloody hell. Oh! Still trying to take the lead against Brentford. Still failing to take the lead against Brentford. Enzo, fans are singing we're going to score in a minute. I certainly hope we do. Not sure if it's our fans or their fans that are chanting it, though, to be completely honest. Oh, Collins. He's let his team down there. Score in a minute. We have. The Chelsea fans can celebrate their goal as Victor Osimhen, today's cover star for the episode, bags again for us. But we need to see that back to see just quite how it fell to him in the first place. Nice idea for a ball over, but Collins' attempted clearance is terrible. And the keeper's committed to go to ground. So Osimhen just lifts it over him. So comfortable finish for a striker that has really found his feet at Premier League level very early on. 4 goals and a handful of assists as well in his opening 7 games for us. If we are to win a second Premier League title in this save, it certainly seems like Victor Osimhen is a main part of that, even though he will only have been here for about half a season. Try and keep the lead immediately after getting it, and we will. Coutinho inside to Onyeka. Here's Rodriguez and Vela. Oh, ball rolls do me every time. I don't know why. They just do. They have me. I'm sold by them every time that someone does one. Thankfully, my goalkeeper's good enough to dig me out there. Stop me from conceding a frustratingly familiar goal. Brentford will still attack and will fail to get that attack to have any fruition from it. Although, they've got it back again. And De Silva could find a teammate here, which he does. And Rodriguez's shot is blocked by Fofana. They've had a lot of shots blocked in this game so far, Brentford. And he's offside. 25 minutes to hold on for another 3 points in the league. Keeping our fingers crossed that Liverpool and City drop points again. And we might be able to get ourselves up from 3rd, further towards 1st. Not giving up, Brentford. Nor should they. It's only a 1-goal game. Charles Ketelara waiting for the cutback. I didn't press tackle there because I feared giving away another pen. Thankfully, we haven't done so. And Fofana stuck the toe in all of his own accord. And it worked, luckily for me. Kvaratskhelia gets to that. And Caicedo will clear. If Sterling can get a decent enough turn in and then show some acceleration, we might be in for a counter-attacking second goal here. Moises Caicedo has just come off the bench, but Osimhen is going to set up Kvaratskhelia, who bags. That was almost like playing Tottenham on Monday, wasn't it? With a half to ourselves, just square the ball, score the goal. 2-0 Chelsea. Oh, I just noticed the time. I was waiting to try and defend a Brentford attack and saw that we were about to have the final whistle go. It is a victory to end the day. We'll be very pleased with that indeed. Thank you very much, Brentford. I don't tend to beat you very often at all, so I'm not going to... Liverpool and City both won. Liverpool won by 3 goals as well, so their goal difference will improve yet further. It's kind of been the theme of the day throughout the course of our victories. We shall start the next episode tomorrow with a game against Leverkusen, just as we started today. To be fair, my goal difference is only 5 behind City now, but 10 still behind Liverpool, which isn't great, to say the least. The Premier League title defence is still very much alive. And if anything, really, there's 4 teams going to try and win the title this year, with Arsenal trying to cling on. Man United really have fallen off tremendously. I think they've won 5, drawn 5, lost 6 in the last few games. There were 10 points clear of me. Now we're 7 points clear of them, and they're 10 points off top. Unbelievable turnaround for Manchester United today. So in the next episode, or in this... 3rd season. Tomorrow will be Leverkusen and Arsenal, certainly, that will play. I'll probably sim Watford and we'll see what happens after the Leverkusen game as to what happens with the further games from there. It's a bruised shoulder for Enzo Fernandez, not a bruised elbow, but it does mean that he will still miss the next game against Bayer Leverkusen, but we can deal with that. That's not going to be too much of an issue. Hopefully we can get the win against Leverkusen away from home at the Bayer Arena, but you'll have to join me tomorrow for that. That's all from me for today here on the main YouTube channel. There will, of course, be content over on the second channel, Chesnoid Plays, so link in the description for that. And I'm live right now over on Twitch if you want to come across and join me. We'll probably be playing my player as you see this. And we will be playing some Football Manager a little bit later on this afternoon as well. Alternatively, Chelsea Career Mode will be back on stream tomorrow. That's all from me for today, here, now. I'll see you next time.